Preparing a test.
Okay.
Happening. Volume down on the YouTube so we don't hear myself twice. But it's opening. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes. Awesome. YouTube is still starting. Yes, now it's coming. The word today, apparently.
Mhm.
Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh, cool. This is a neat piece of grass. Look at it. It's like zebraed or separated. I don't know if you can see it.
And then we're gonna do it also in the cloud, record it in the cloud as well here. Welcome, welcome everybody to another episode of Real Talks. Welcome, welcome everybody to another episode of Real Talks. You're very welcome. And I will put also the YouTube here on my phone. So if people have questions, let us know.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Here is tapping, live, yes. I've chat, one person is there, maybe it's me, who knows. Just know that you're very welcome. We're another episode of Real Talk where we go deep into certain topics. It's already the 14th episode. So it's really cool. Every time different people. And welcome, Keara. Nice to have you here.
Hello. Hello. Happy to be here. I love these.
Yay. And every time we're talking with conscious beings about certain topics. And today we're going to talk about food because there's so many layers to it about food and what kind of food is healthy and what is not good for you, what is good for you, what is not good for you. And there's like in this sort of like reality, there's so many things behind that we're being told that is not exactly like it. So this is going to be a very interesting topic as well about food, what is now really healthy, what is not healthy. So yeah, I'm really happy to talk about this because this is one of my favorite topics about also favorite things to do to eat.
Yes. I love food. Good
So
food.
yeah, yeah, me too. Me too, and it's also about like you also want quality food at one point. Yeah, you want to have like not just anything. You want to have like you don't want to have the fast food or that kind
Ugh.
of thing. Like,
Bleh. Bleh.
no, I mean, once you know what's in there, or what's like you don't know, or have no clue what's in there. Like people,
Food in there.
but also what is on the what you can buy. If you have like so many ingredients, you don't even know what's in what it is. Then it's like a big clue that a lot of things what's in it is not good. And also the having the knowledge that like most of the things that they make has like chemicals and toxins in it. It's like
Yes.
to know that it's like really crazy.
Yeah,
That,
like the
but
when you're talking about fast food, don't I've never even a certain fast food chain. I was very proud of the fact that I did never take my children there. Um and once they became teenagers, they went and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about, Mom. This is good. And I'm like, no, no. Um, and also on the good flip side, there's a community of people that live out by Lake of the Ozarks, and they have a restaurant there where in their home, their community of people, they grow all the vegetables. They do the goat milk cheese. They have goats. They do their own cheeses. They like everything. And it's the most wonderful restaurant. And then they'll even invite you if you want to go to their place and hang out and have dinner. Their dinner was so cool. And it was beets, the vegetable, beets. They made a beets pizza where the crust was made out of beets and then different cheeses that they had made there. And when I tell you, I normally can barely eat that much food. Like if I get something, 2 or 3 bites sometimes, and I'm honestly full. But that's because that's bad food. When it's good food, that's good for you, and something about when it's grown, and the whole process is a love. It's like it deposits into your body when you're eating it, and you're full of energy afterwards, and you're like, wow, I feel like I could go running right now. Why do I feel so amazing? I just ate. Normally I want to take a nap. And it is because it is wholesome.
that's
Period.
different.
Yes.
I had also my own vegetable garden and
Mm,
fruit trees. And when you just get that, like you never had that energy. Like, and it's also as soon as you pluck it or get it from the ground, like always with radishes or something, you get it from the ground. Within no time, the vitamin C is getting less. Like the quicker you eat it after you take it, like in a half an hour or 15 minutes, the more nutrients is in there. So the quicker you eat it immediately from where it comes from. And then it even has more nutrients and energy. And then it's like you never like this is
cool.
how we should be eating. I really feel that like getting it from the ground, getting it from the trees immediately, and then you eat it. But anyway,
Yes.
like all fruits, it's the like they have like the closest by the sun, and they have like lots of electricity and lots of energy, and it's also really good to digest. So fruits is one of the best things to eat, but they make us believe because of the fruit sugars that it's not good. Like a lot of people think, oh, I can't only have 1 or 2 pieces of fruit, not more. Well, you can never eat. You can always eat as much as fruit as you want, and it's really really good. But they really program us that people believing that fruit is bad. It's like really
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. The programming is so, so deep. There was in 1960 something, there was a man who put out a poem or a speaking. It was called If I Were the Devil. And he goes through this whole list of if I were the devil, I would do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And it's very scary how much he is talking about what is going on the last 5 years.
Yeah,
Um,
that's exactly all planned for us
is-
not to have like not to have a lot of energy. And so people like I eat predominantly just fruits, and then also when you eat like smoothies and juices, then it's even easier for your body to digest. And especially when you have juices, it's crazy the amount of energy that you feel. Like especially with like green juices and like have a bit of vegetables, but also fruits. That is so crazy how much energy you get. And
yeah.
I made a video about on TikTok about green juices last year, and now I did it again, and now lots of people liking it. I think there's more awareness to it as well.
Yeah.
And really, I did also a juice fast for 30 days. And it's like
Mm.
really crazy that even if you're not taking any, because I was siphoning it as well, so it was like no fibers in it. And it's crazy uh, um, how much shit you still come out of you. And we have so much of it. People have like 5 to 10 kilos of all in our
Ooh,
colon.
yeah.
And
So
so that's
gross.
why it's really crazy. Like because of the food that's so bad, you can't. Your body is not able to digest it properly, and that's why you. That's why it's also when you're detoxing, it's really good to clean your gut because our guts can't even digest the food properly at the moment. So first you need to like clean your gut, then detox, and then you can eat more healthier because then
Hmm.
your body absorbs the nutrients.
Yeah. I just started last night. I just started my first round of food grade diatomaceous earth detox because my stomach, like, I will avoid going to bed even when I am so tired, my eyes are barely staying open because I know when I lay down, my stomach starts to feel like it's eating itself. It hurts, even if I have food in it, if it's empty. I've tried everything. I've tried yogurt at night. And one of my friends, I was telling her that, and she was like, "You need to do a parasite cleanse." And so I was like, "I have food grade diatomaceous earth. I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna go start it right now." Um, because my body feels plagued. It feels like I can't even when you know it gets really depressing walking into a gas station, a grocery store, and not knowing what to get. That's why I found out Aldi's doesn't have any food dyes in any of their food. And they have a better product. So I pretty much only shop Aldi's. Like I love the food from Aldi's.
And they have also more organic fruits and
Yes.
vegetables and all things. And
Yep.
that's a big difference because a lot of times you think it's good, but then they have also the things in there. And also with the fruits, they have like the BLU numbers on it. And only the number with it starts with 9 is organic, and the rest you never know. They can put pesticides and chemicals on there. You never know if it's natural or organic, but it's the best is like getting it from organic farmers or farmers market or indeed grow it yourself because you
Yep.
never know what they spray on it, what they put in it. Like it's like really crazy that you can't even trust that, like where it comes from. And but yeah,
Yeah.
but when it comes to organic farmer, you know it's made with much more like love as well, like for the products
Yeah.
and stuff. And that is also
Oh,
a
when you were
good.
Yeah, you're right. Because when you were talking just a minute ago, I just didn't want to stop you about picking the vegetables and
Mhm.
the fruits, and then immediate. I was gonna say with tomatoes, I promise you, I've been doing that my whole life. I will sit by a tomato like plant and just I adore big tomatoes, small tomatoes, all tomatoes.
But it's like I had like in my vegetable garden 10 different sorts of tomatoes, and they were so delicious. Oh yeah, yeah, so delicious. And now I
Mm,
go to the store, and it's like it doesn't taste like anything. It's like this
yeah,
doesn't.
air, water.
Yeah, which
Yes.
is a lot. Like the ones in Holland when they have certain tomatoes, but also here, like they look like Roma tomatoes, but they don't taste like much.
Yeah. You
So
have to get the ones that still have the vine on them
yeah, yeah, but you have
because
that in Holland, but that
yeah,
taste. It's like it nothing beats the ones that you grow yourself. That's so much better.
yeah,
And so tastier. Everything tastes so much better. It's like because
yes,
you don't want to eat anything else. Like you just want to eat those things, like the fruit and vegetables and fruits anyway. Like, but in the past, yeah, I also didn't like your taste changed. Like the healthier you become, the more your
Yeah.
taste also changes. And then suddenly you're like, oh, this was never like also with my partners like, oh, this is the best smoothie ever. While we just like we had the same one last week, but it's like, oh, because you taste so much more the difference of every fruit.
Yeah.
And also you want ripe fruits because then it also gives you more energy as well. And it's really like a lot of things what they have in the grocery stores here also they have like also like convenience stores and stuff. Like most of it is like totally like, not like what I want to eat.
Yeah.
It's crazy and it could have
You
been
do.
much worse.
I got to where I was pretty much only doing like a lot of gas stations sell this one kind of it's a fruit juice blend and it doesn't have any food dyes in it. It's from a company that's a good company. And water. And I was literally kind of sustaining life because I refused to eat. Like when I first found out, it was so heavy on my heart. Like I was depressed about it because I love food. Food is like my happy, and to find out that like there's been so many lies about food, and even when I was a kid, I feel like food tasted different then. It was better. There's something weird about food now. And I don't know if that's just my mindset, but it just it doesn't even look or taste the same as it did when I was a kid.
That they have more dyes in it, and more chemicals in it. Now they have even have bugs in it. There was a person in Germany that had he made an app so you can scan a product to see if there's bugs in there because lots of times in the bugs they
Bugs?
have parasites. Yeah, they have bugs. They have in M&M's the red dye is bugs. They make it from lice. The red dye. There's also in Holland that pink pink cookies. They have like the same red dyes. It's like it's made from lice, and people are not even aware of it. Like now it comes out in the open that we're like that they want to put bugs in the food, but only now they come out that they're already putting it in the food already for a long time. And but you need to know they give it all sorts of strange names, so no one knows what the names are. So also
Yeah.
like normal products, they have so many great strange names. But now they put everything what they also want to put in the jabs. They put it also in the food, and that's why you have to be very careful what you're eating. That is also like that it's organic from a trusted source. But because they can put it like parasites, they can have parasites that is like in powder form, and then when you get into your belly with water, then they suddenly come alive. And that's what they put in also a lot of things, and that's why it's so good that you do parasite cleanse. I have also the makes earth, but I did a lot of different parasite cleanses. I also did wormwood. I did I had several things, like the one for like for people that people have, like, and I did also the benzosol and stuff, but it didn't feel. I got pain in my stomach from that one. So I wanted to have as natural as possible. So I use also the diatomaceous earth for the parasites, and I use zeolite for the heavy metals.
Mm.
So but you can do all sorts of things. I also ate my papaya seeds yesterday. That's also really good against parasites, but it's so horrible to eat. Oh my god, it's so
You just
horrible.
you
Ugh.
reminded me of my kid when he was younger and I had to give him like actually no, when I was a little kid and my mom made me drink that liquid charcoal, she had this black powder
Yeah.
charcoal and she would put like a tablespoon of it in a cup and then mix it together and it was like I was drinking the darkest part of the night sky and it tasted it was so bad. But I mean, as soon as I drank it, as soon as I could get it down, about 5 minutes later, whatever sickness, whatever pain I was having in my stomach dissipated. It was crazy, but it was
Really,
nasty. You said it was a microbiome?
it's really good to activate the charcoal, like to get mold out of your body and to clean everything. And also when you have food poisoning, it's one of the best things to. And I use it for my teeth,
Yep.
to brush my teeth.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. I got that the TikTok toothpaste where it's the pills. It says no and then a slash and then BS. And it's a little pill that you pop in your mouth and you chew up the pill and then you get your wet toothbrush in there and you lather it up and it works really, really good. I like it a lot.
Mm. Also more people making their own with baking soda and coconut oil and also the things. There's so many things possible, and because yeah, you know what's in the normal place, fluoride, so that you also don't want to have. But coming back to the food, what one thing that I also wanted to tell is like I have like my mom has like a gluten allergy, and I also whenever I eat like normal pasta or bread, I always not feel good. But I also think it's because of the grains because they also put a lot of pesticides and chemicals on there. I think that's
Yep.
because of that. But use the mostly like alternative ones. But a lot of times that's also they have like gluten-free pasta and stuff, but also a lot of times you also feel very bloated because of that. So I eat as less gluten as possible.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I told my son this morning because I had a peanut butter and jelly last night. Um, and I was like, my stomach's hurting pretty bad this morning. I was like, I bet it's because I ate bread last night. And he was like, Mom, that's silly. Bread doesn't hurt you. And I'm like, yes, actually, bread is very. And he was even telling me, how I was telling him I thought eating oatmeal was good for my stomach. And he was like, Mom, I don't think so because grains are bad for your stomach. And so I was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
remember yesterday when you told me grains are bad for my stomach? Well, bread is just ground up grains, baked and bleached.
And most
Like,
of the people just every day and they're not even aware of it, what it does
yeah,
with their bodies. And it's like really like this is the standard food that they push. And also with the cornflakes, I heard like most of the mice is already like or more most of the corn is GMO, and it's really like people get infertile from it, and that's why
yeah,
they push it so much as a breakfast for everybody. It's like once you know more, it's like so crazy. It's like oh, it's like, yeah, but it's like you can't hardly can eat anything anymore. Like for me, it's like fruits and then organic fruits because like we had like it was in the shop says organic bananas, but they didn't have the banana the right number. So I went to the shop manager, but they didn't listen. But they say organic, but then the number was not organic. It didn't start with a nine, so it only when it starts with a nine, it's organic. So they also say it's organic, but then it's not. So it's like also with a lot of other products, if there's like they have like organic good companies, and then they the big companies buy them up, and then you know it's probably not good anymore. Like at some brands, you just know this is not good. Like some brands, you really know, like oh, if it's this brand, no thanks. But also
yeah,
everything like but also with even like chocolate, there's a lot of chemicals in it as well, like heavy metals and like almost everything has. As soon as it has like words that you don't know, you can't. I had like a powder, chocolate powder, and says natural, and then I saw some things underneath, like in the little. I think it's only later. Like says natural, beautiful chocolate, and then you think like, oh, that's good, and then you see some like a little. I checked it, and it was all chemicals, and then you think like you're eating something healthy, and it's not.
It's all the lies.
Yeah.
And even the American people even need to I encourage everybody. I'm starting to encourage everybody. This hasn't been a long-term thing, but that we need to really just stop buying from grocery stores. Let's
Ooh.
bring a screeching halt to all the grocery stores. Yum!
Hello,
Hey,
hello, hello.
I'm very sorry I'm late.
It's okay.
Just got home.
Everything is
Hello.
always in time, yeah?
Uh, but that we need to all actually, for two reasons. Nothing from a grocery store is going to be honestly healthy for us unless it's Aldi's. But we need to bring a screeching halt to helping the man, to giving our money. That's our money, and they're raising the prices. Somebody was just saying the other day the French Revolution started because of a 2% increase on a breakfast beverage, and we're sitting here in America. I mean, I don't know what price if they've increased in other countries, but we're paying. I just paid almost $5 for a half gallon of milk.
Yo, that's insane.
It is. And it's like that was the last $5 my son had.
Wow.
And it's just it's frustrating. And so I really want us to make a huge influx and start buying local. Buy from farmers that are near you. If you're in a city, start a group of and one person in your neighborhood goes out and picks up farmers market for everybody, and then it rotates each week. Have people help, like, let's be more community driven and talk to your freaking neighbor. Let's get along, let's help people out, start compost piles, do things to help create your own garden, your own sustainability. Otherwise, we're just sitting ducks, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
We
I'm
were
doing
already
I'm doing
talking
just
about,
that. No,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
You
that's
first.
the future. We're building gardens for people. That is what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking earlier you would be a great place to, like, you and your partner would be fantastic to be like the leader, or not the leaders. I don't want to say it in that way, but like have some like whole neighborhoods, and you guys just like the people.
Yeah,
Mm.
I would love to provide, or maybe at one point start like a community, and but we'll see where and with who and stuff. But like, I would love to have like a healing community where we grow our own food and have our own fruits and stuff, and make like herbal tinctures and herbal stuff, like, and then like, yeah, and have people coming over to detox and heal. And my partner
Mm.
did
Yeah.
last week 3-day water fast. We're doing also a lot of that, like water fast, detoxing, like water fasting, and he's now doing juices mostly. And we do also enema, the colonics. It's like really to clean yourself out. And
Yeah.
because with all the things that we ate in the past, there's still a lot of things left there. Well, and then you can't really absorb the food really well that you're eating.
Yeah, you gotta clean the tubes before you start eating healthy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. I'm not sure what you already have covered together.
Yeah, what's in the foods and the chemicals and
Hmm.
and also talk about gluten a bit,
Oh
and
yeah.
that people think that fruits is not good, but that it's like one of the healthiest things you can eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a lot of times they have lots of ingredients in the foods that is really not good. And we
I
also
might
don't,
have I might
yeah,
have a nice testimony from my own example to add to this, if you want.
yes, yes, bring it on.
Because starting last year, August, I turned around my diet like 180 degrees. I stopped eating all carbs, so no more sugar, no more bread, no more cookies, nothing that has sugar in it. And I started to eat only biological food, And I made myself the rule, nothing pre-packaged. So I need to recognize what it's made from, like a vegetable, a fruit, or some meat. And it's called ketosis diet, where you just eliminate all the carbs. And together with that, I also eliminated milk, at least the milk that you can buy in the grocery store, because of all the additives that's in there as well. And I kind of combined it with intermittent fasting, which I started with a window of 8 days, and I gradually switched that to 8 hours, 6 hours, and eventually only 4 hours a day, in which I would eat. And I started it all off because that reminded me of it when I heard you talk about it with a 6-day water fast. Because they told me sometimes it can take weeks before you go into ketosis. But if you go for a water fast and you don't eat anything, you kind of force your body into the ketosis. Well, the results of that are amazing. I mean, the health benefits are awesome. I had like a lot of low-grade inflammatory issues, like in my joints. And my health, my doctor would say like, "Oh yeah, it's the age. Learn to live with it. It's never going away." I had like this inflammation in my face, but my skin would be all scaly, while I've always had a fatty skin. And it would be like hormonal cream for this, hormonal shot for that. And I would be like, well, let's not do that. Well, 2 months into this new way of eating, because I'm kind of hesitant to call it a diet, it's just a change of feeding yourself. Everything is gone. All these inflammatory things are gone. My skin is like back to the way it was when I was 25. The energy is amazing. The first time it kicked in, I was like, am I on amphetamines or what? When this ketosis really kicks in, you got like the energy as when you're in your 20s. And I read about it later on. It's because one molecule of glucose, as opposed to a molecule of fat, a molecule of fat gives you 3 times the amount of energy that the molecule of glucose does, minus the dip that you get when you burn glucose. You actually get tired afterwards. You don't get that in ketosis. You only get energy. And the first time I got it, I was like walking with 2 heavy bags for almost like, well, I think it was 8 kilometers, and I didn't get tired. And I come to my friend's home, and I was like lifting these bags and stuff just to see where would be the end of it. I said, I cannot get tired anymore. Well, in the end, I did. But it just go to show, like, we can eat a lot less. I think I ate just like 1/3 of what I ate before. I'm still doing it. I'm like now 8 or 9 months into this. You can eat a lot less. You can eat a lot less meat. You don't need to eat meat. You don't need to eat meat 3 times a day, 7 days a week. I think I do it like 3 or 4 times, and a lot of fat. I use a lot of coconut fat. That the coconut fat is actually very good for us. It's the only omega-9 that's unsaturated, and it actually starts to digest in your mouth because of the enzymes. All the other fats have to go through your stomach and get digested by bile. So that's it's a kickstart for the energy. But yeah, it's wow. It's I cannot even go to grocery store anymore. It's one fucking candy store. I mean, sugar is everywhere, and that's a fucking poison. Gives I think it was almost 1,000 times more dopamine than heroin does. That's why it's in everything. It's freaking addictive.
Yeah,
I'm not even talking about the additives, so I'll leave it at that for now, because I'm starting to rant again, I think.
Also you also lost a lot of weight, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, I lost almost 40 kilos. I was 190 kilo when I started, and at the end I was 82. And I gone up a little bit now. It's at 87 or 88 because I opened the window from 4 hours to 6 hours. I eat 2 meals a day now because I also started working out because of the energy and stuff, building a little bit of muscle. But yeah, I lost almost 40 kilo. It's amazing. It's like from triple XL t-shirts to large, from size 36 or larger pants to 32. My old waist. It's amazing, and that happened in like five months.
Wow. Yeah, I did that also when I was like in my 20s. I was almost 100 kilos. It's like 200 pounds, I think.
Yeah, you lost the weight too, huh?
I lost in the beginning of my 20s, but I did like Weight Watchers,
Mm-hmm.
and then I lost 25 kilos in half a year. And then later, when I had a different diet, I stopped eating breakfast, and then I also lost quite some. And I also, like naturally, I was doing already the intermitting fasting, and now I
Yeah,
also only once or twice a day. And
yeah.
yesterday I had a smoothie, like, and then I was not hungry anymore. Like, and I have days that I'm like then hungry and then I eat some more. But most of the
Mm-hmm.
time, sometimes it's just a smoothie.
Yeah. It actually turns out to be very healthy to skip your breakfast. It's very good. It's good for your
My
immune
stomach
system and
can't.
everything.
Yeah, I have to skip breakfast. I can't eat right away in the morning. My
Mm.
stomach has been, that's why I really want to do this. But I can't even do a water one because the water here is not drinkable through the tap. It's just not. I get sick if I do it. So I'd have to like go get one of them like gallon jug things or
Yeah.
like the 5 gallon jug thing and do it that way. But
I bought a Berkey for that, a Berkey water filter. All my water goes through my Berkey. That
I
helps a
bought
lot.
a
That helps a lot.
Kangen. I don't know if I, yeah, I'm scared of my Kangen's gotten like as soon as I bought the Kangen machine, I had people talking to me and telling me that it gets moldy and it's bad.
Oh man.
I don't know. So I just unhooked it, but I think I'm gonna hook it back up to my new place and
The people
I,
that
th- I,
I
th-
know
I, th-
are so crazy about it. They think it's
yeah,
amazing.
I only hear positive word about it. Maybe you should try it again. Yeah.
See how it feels. I hear so many good things about it.
It's our first podcast. Liesel and Emma, they were like knowledgeable about this Kangen thing, right?
Yeah. They also tell it through them, and they
Maybe we
are
should
like
bring.
more. I have
Maybe.
more people that are like really like.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe we should bring them in touch with Keara to help her out. I think
Yeah,
it's just a
that's
little
not.
bit bad info.
Yeah. But I think also a lot of times the moment you have something and there's like there's not full trust or full belief or full like the universe almost presents you something else
Mm-hmm.
like different perspectives all the time. Like it's really interesting, like how that sometimes works like that. That you're like you think, oh, now I have that, and then you have other things coming by, and then you're not sure yet how it works or if it's good, and
I don't
it's
know.
interesting.
I don't really get that. It's kind of vague, but the thing that got to me is like when I heard her talk about it. It's something I experienced also when I was talking about my new diet, so to speak. That people start to projecting their own story onto you. I was like telling them like, oh, I got this energy and I feel great, and then they would be like, I don't know, I don't understand why you're torturing yourself like this. And I'm like, do I look like I'm torturing myself? I haven't felt like so good, like this good in ages, right? So that's when people start to project that they tried some diet and it was agony for them, and that's what they project on you. And it might be the same thing with this Kangen thing, because I remember Mario Borchik, a guy in the Netherlands who writes amazing stories and had a lot of followers. And the moment he started to deal with this Kangen thing, he got like a load of shit over him by all these so-called awake people. But I think it's more or less their story and the fear of the unknown. Like, hey, it's a machine and it's not natural and all these kind of things. And so people
yeah,
start to project their own story onto you without even looking like what's the real deal here. So we
yeah.
were talking
And
about
I'm
this
really
Kangen
quick.
thing, Keara, that we know two women who were in our podcast too. I mean, maybe we should bring you in touch with them. They have a lot of knowledge about this Kangen thing. Maybe they can help you out to hook it up or to clean it
Yes,
and tell you more
yes,
about
yes,
it.
yes. Oh, that would be such a blessing because I do remember when I was on it when I first had it hooked up, how good I felt. I felt closer to God. I felt closer to myself. I felt
Mm.
more alive. And then that's why it really depressed me. And I've got to learn my lesson on not listening to what other people say. Like what you were just saying, Guillaume, is perfect about not letting other people's stories be my story.
Mm.
Because I quickly fall, because right now I have to search for all the knowledge. I have to know everything because I know that we're being lied to on every way. So I'm like, oh, well, I guess I was lied to and I just spent $8,000. Well, it was three, but
That's still a lot. And
Yeah, it's
just,
still a lot of
yeah,
money.
yeah, that's why. And especially it comes down to how does it make you feel? If you feel better with it,
Yeah,
then it's the main thing.
yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
So the initially it made you feel good, right? That's what I hear a lot
Very.
about this water. I think water is a big
Yes.
part of the foods. Clean water.
Yeah.
It's very hard to find these days. Crazy enough.
Well, and I think that some part of the with our food, in the coming of the times, I don't want to scare people, but the coming of the times that we're in, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
that's my
God
perky.
is preparing our body. That's a nice one. But the God's preparing our bodies for being able to sustain on water and
Mm-hmm.
what he, like the vegetables, the fruits, because
Exactly.
our bodies are meant to actually live 1,000 years. But because of all the sin and all the food and all the crap,
Mm-hmm.
we are shortening our lifetime by a lot.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can be much, we can be much older, but it's like, but a lot of times people get like physical problems because of all the food that they have, and then they get from big pharma some pills to deal with all the problems from the food, and then it's normal. Like, unless
Yeah,
they don't change their diet, like it's like if you change your diet, a lot of the health problems go away.
exactly. That's what I experienced. And maybe you should be a little bit more nuanced about what you say. It's not the food that makes you ill; it's the additives to the food that makes us ill.
Yeah,
Most of the
true.
additives in our food weren't even here 100 years ago, and most of our diseases weren't either. It's all these E numbers. I don't know what they're called in the United States, but all these additives, they're basically poison.
Mm.
Bruh.
The crazy thing is the food without additives is more expensive than the food with additives. Go
That's
figure.
Yeah,
crazy.
it's too expensive to eat healthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like really crazy, and it's all like it's so crazy, but it's like
Like,
almost, yeah.
And I
you
can
guys
you
have hen house?
I can tell you also a funny anecdote about Prince Charles. Oh, these days he's King Charles, right? He once in an interview they were asking him what he would eat, and you would think that a guy who is one of the richest persons in the world would eat whatever he wants. And he had this peculiar thing that he would have his own vegetable garden in which he would work mostly himself, and he would eat mostly things from his own vegetable garden. So go figure. That's the guy who
Yeah,
can buy all the food that he wants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
they want
crazy, right?
it
that's the
is.
good, and then they want more and more that you can't see what's on it or what the ingredients are because the names are so strange. People have no clue what it means. But
Yeah,
as soon
Yeah,
as you don't know what it is, better not buy it.
it's crazy.
dextrose and
And the
names that
craziest
people
thing,
can't even pronounce.
a lot of these additives are not even food enhancers. They make it so that the food or the paste doesn't stick to the tubes in the machinery in the factory where they putting it into the package, like so to make it more smooth and stuff like that. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. I always figured like it's not just one person getting this idea and just doing it. It's like a whole gang of people actually having meetings about this and then deciding, oh yeah, it's a pretty good idea to add this to our food. That's mind-boggling if you really think about it.
Yeah, and they have like then you have then in America you have the FDA, but they don't even really check it because they have
No,
like
they've been bought.
yeah, they've been bought out by the food industry and big
Yeah.
farmers. And they had like not so long ago they had also they found cancer causing chemicals in baby powder and all of that shit.
Yeah,
Also
that's
in
crazy.
America they try to push baby powder and stuff on people instead of like having mothers giving their milk to
Which is
their children.
crazy, right? Just instead of normal milk from the mother, they try to put this Nestle bullshit with sugar in it, so that you can get the babies addicted to sugar. It's a fucking crime, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's really great. It's really, and the people need to know that as well. So, and they put sugar in everything. It's like crazy, like, and but that is also what they make. It's like the white sugar. That is really the poison. That is
Refined, the refined version. Yeah.
this is why people get addicted. But the fruit sugar is good, but they make people believe that it's bad because it has sugar.
Yeah, you got like fructose. That's the sugar that's in most of the fruits and stuff that gets released a little bit less fast, and it's a little bit more healthy. But it's mostly healthy in combination with all the fibers and the original package that it comes through, which it comes in, right, in the fruit itself, and not just the juice or like orange juice is actually very bad for you. But if you hit an orange with all these fat, all these fibers and all these nutrients that are also in the same package, then it's actually healthy for you. It's also the convenience that bit us in the ass in the end. And also, I think these FDA and these European they actually work like upside down at the moment because they actually outlawed natural foods and they actually outlawed herbal medicine. You're not even allowed to say that your herbs will heal you. So that's insane. I mean, all medicine are derived from herbs.
Yeah, or like homeopathic is not like, oh, we can't, it's not proven. Yeah, why don't you test for that? Why don't you only test your own products
I'm not sure about the United States, but in Europe it's illegal now to claim that a herb will heal you. Yeah, so go figure. That's crazy.
Yeah, but the world know what they want you to take.
Mm-hmm.
And but like my partner comes from America, and he says like a lot of people they just take also the medicine for blood pressure and like cholesterol and heart diseases, and they don't even make the connection with the food that is maybe not good what they're eating.
True.
They totally don't make that.
And all these medicines have side effects, and for these side effects they get different medicine which also have side effects, especially when you have this heart medication. There's like 3 or 4 pills that all have to do with each other's side effects. It's crazy. While when you have like blood pressure problem, there are several natural things that can level out your blood pressure. Things like grapefruit or cayenne pepper. That's very good to level out your blood pressure.
It's not like grapefruits are really good for the blood pressure.
Yeah.
And but there's so many natural things like natural herbs, natural like food where you can change everything with.
Probably, yeah.
My partner, when he was still young, he was taking 8, 9 different sort of medicines with each other. And then he stopped. He was done with it, and he was like, okay, then I will just die. And he kept living, and he found out that when he was just doing kale water and mangoes in a month, he healed from his uncurable lung disease.
Yeah, same as me. I had incurable inflammations, and just by not eating shit anymore, I cured myself.
Yeah, and people like really like food. Let food be your medicine. It's so important. Like the more healthier you eat, the better you feel. My partner,
the better you will feel. Yeah.
Using, and he says, I feel so good, but it's because of like we get also so addicted to the food. We
get addicted to the sugar and the flavor enhancers. Actually, I read a piece about that some flavor enhancers actually turn off the hormones that give your body the sense that it's full. So that's why you keep eating the bag of chips, because the system that tells you you're full, it gets hijacked. So that's it's insane if you think about it. It's crazy. Just to sell
and
more
also
product.
and also that you eat less, that you have more energy, like the intermitting fasting, like 1 meal.
Yeah.
Also with fasting, you're not eating, but you still feel a lot of energy.
You got loads of energy. Yeah. And it's logic too. The first time I got into the touch with these ideas, I was like, okay, for 200,000 years we were roaming the plains and we didn't have a refrigerator or a grocery store to get our stuff. So once in a while we would shoot a deer, and then maybe for a few weeks you wouldn't shoot a thing, especially during the winter. So as it turns out, your body is actually made for that, to not eat for extended periods of time. So, and the more you do that, it's actually very healthy. It cleans up all the excess skin, it cleans up all the excess cancer cells, and you name it. It's very healthy for you. And also, eating in the evening and eating very early in the morning is also very bad for you. As it turns out, your pineal gland, which is a gland that you also know, it doesn't have just that third eye capabilities, but actually during daytime, when light is coming into your eyes, it makes serotonin, which is also a mood enhancer, but it is also one of the main hormones that you need for digestion. And once it gets dark, it starts to produce melatonin, and people know that, oh, that's the one that makes me go to sleep. Yes, but it's also your best antioxidant. It's being used by your body to heal itself during the night. So in that sense, people will probably recognize this when you eat late in the day when it's dark, like after 8, and the next morning you still have, and you take a drink, you still burp up the food that you ate the day before. But if you eat during the day, 2 hours later, your stomach will be empty. And that's because of that hormone, the serotonin. It will make the digestion go quicker the way it has to go. It needs to go out of your stomach into your intestines. So yeah, we actually need to eat during the day and sleep during the night. It's a cliche, but there is actually some science behind it.
Also, yeah, you sleep much better when you have nothing in your stomach, and it's also like at least 4 hours or 6 hours before going to sleep, better not eat anything.
Yeah.
And also with the breakfast, like I only had that one at one point. I was like, why am I actually eating breakfast? Like I'm not even hungry in the morning. We're like also so programmed to immediately eat, and then they say, oh, the important meal of the day. They just program you like that.
You need to prepare.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna eat whenever I want to, and then I stopped eating breakfast, and I felt so much better, and I also lost a lot of weight because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then only when I was doing it already natural, the intermittent fasting, only later I heard about it.
Yeah.
So it's like, and now you hear more about it, like 1 meal a day, 2 meals a day, people understand it, and. But yeah, there are so many things, and also like the combinations of foods, like what they say, like the combinations of the what's carbohydrates with the meat. It's like really bad combinations. Like that's why also when I was like when you do keto like that, and I was doing in the past also the Atkins diet. I was also not eating. I also lost weight. But it's like you can just like by making better choices of what you eat, it's much better, and you can lose weight really easy.
Easy, yes, because I didn't even work out losing these 30, 40 kilos. It was just by changing my diet, cutting out the carbs, and it went kilos a week. I swear.
Yeah, but people think that they have to have a really rigid diet or can't eat anymore, but they can just make more clever choices.
Yes, it's actually about that, more clever choices. I mean, I would bake an egg with some roast beef and some tomatoes and some herbs, and I just put it on my plate without the bread. I would make the whole sauce for the pasta and with meatloaf and everything in it, all kinds of vegetables, and I just didn't put it on the pasta, so you can eat whatever you want, just no carbs. But I think if people don't want to lose the carbs and just want to start somewhere, I think cutting out the sugar altogether, it's already a big thing. You will lose your addiction because it's highly addictive, and that in itself will make you more aware of what you're eating, and maybe you can go from there. Huh? It's an easy start.
Yeah, and I don't eat meat and most of not much dairy because but it's also if you eat meat it's also good to get it also from a trusted source because they do a lot of antibiotics in the meat as
Yes.
well. And also
I would almost forget to tell you. It's not like that I go for the meat to the grocery store. I have like a biological butcher and a farmer where they roam outside, grass-fed beef, grass-fed butter also. That's the way to go, and not none of these mass-produced cattle. And I'm also not into 7 days a week meat. It's like once every other day or so. There is eggs. There is a lot of other sources of protein. Although I'm a big advocate for eating meat, but it needs to be biological, healthy meat and not from stressed out animals. Animals that have a decent life. Yeah, the crazy thing is, I was reading this old paper the other day, and actually almost every mineral and vitamin that we need as a human being is inside beef. I think only vitamin K and vitamin D are not found in beef. So it's not a surprise that the Native Americans, for instance, would eat just bison for extended periods of time in the winter and survive on that. Or like the Maasai in Africa, they only eat beef and they only drink milk. They have no vegetables, nothing. They live in the desert. And we're actually able to survive on that very easily. I'm not saying that you should eat only meat like the carnivore diet, but yeah. I think the main thing that I would like to advocate is eat a lot less. If you eat only one meal a day, right? Then that's 1/3 of what we're consuming at the moment. If we would already do that, cut 2/3 of our overconsumption in the world, that would already be a big save. And I think the thing that Keara was already talking about, and I think you too, is if we would eat local, like local farms, your own vegetable garden, like we used to in the past, and chickens from the neighbor and stuff like that.
And a lot of times the prices are also much better. If you just go
the what? Sorry, I didn't get that.
Prices.
Yeah. Oh, spices.
Price. What you need to pay. The price.
I can't. Somehow that doesn't come. Your sound is not.
It's also a lot of times in grocery stores the prices go up and up and up.
Yeah, I got it right. The price would be better. Yeah, of course. If you have to fly in the beef from Argentina, that's crazy. Come on. But it's the same with the nuts, like the almonds and the avocados. They come from California. I mean, what the fuck? And then we're saying that we're eating green. No, you should eat the kale from Netherlands, and you should eat all these cabbages in the winter when you're supposed to. I think seasonal vegetable has also proven to be more healthy than to fly it in all year from all around the world.
Yeah, and a lot of times it doesn't even have to be flown in. You can just get it there where you live. So
yeah.
Believe you need to have this from this country.
No.
And fruits you can have all year round. Like you can grow it all year round.
Yeah. Do we have to? Do I have to have like strawberries all year round? it used to be a treat in the summer, right? Like you have like 1 or 2 months where you can get strawberries. And you would be looking out for that, like, oh, strawberries once a year. And now it's like the same old watery shit all year. I don't need that.
Oh, they're like tomatoes. A lot of tomatoes are just watery. They don't have as
Yeah,
taste. Like,
yeah,
they
this
don't.
hydroponics bullshit. No, I'm not for me, please.
Yeah, so it's all a lot of things, but also like about the meat, how good it is, like to have it from a trusted source, and especially now there's more and more like being pushed, like the vegan agenda. I really like I eat mostly vegan and I don't eat meat
Mm-hmm.
and fish, but it's also like now they have like that printed meat and also and you don't know what they put in there,
Oh,
and
I
then
do. You don't want to eat that.
you don't want to eat that.
I'm not against
Exactly.
vegan, but I would be like, please eat a salad. Don't eat this fake meat or whatever meat on a stick. That's not vegan. Sorry.
There. Like people think that they're like that eating vegan, that they think they're eating healthy. But
Yeah.
there's
No.
a healthy vegan and there are options and an
Yeah.
unhealthy. So you also need to know. And a lot of
Yeah.
the soy, you have a lot of like products that are like that you can use, but a lot of the soy is also GMO. And it also has a lot of hormones in it.
Yeah. And a lot of sugar. It was yeah, very peculiar to me when I realized that a lot of vegans they use a lot of sugar. So it's not that healthy if you use that much sugar.
No. So that's why it's good if you're vegan, but also check what you're eating, what is vegan. It's not always
Exactly.
it is vegan. Now we can eat it. Now and then it has soy and sugar and this and this and this.
Yeah,
So just be very mindful of everything what you're eating.
that's the
And
thing.
yeah,
Be mindful of what you eat.
and
But
also be less and be present with your food, and then you also feel more satisfied with it. Like
yeah,
it feels
chew more. Yeah,
really good to get the saliva in, and then it's also better for digestion.
yeah. I think that's a big part of our lives these days. I remember a few friends of mine were also asking me of this new diet, and they were like, "Whoa, that takes a lot of preparation, and we don't have time for that. We both have a job, and we have our lives, and this and that, and we always have to order our food because we just don't have time for it." And I'm like, "Huh? So your health is less important than convenience, right? That's crazy. I mean,
That
for
has
me,
also
yeah,
normal people are not making their own food anymore because they say like
no,
they don't have time, but
yeah,
it's priority.
it's priorities. Yeah, yeah,
You have time to scroll and watch television, you have time to make your food.
yeah. I think watching television, doing entertainment, and all that kind of crap that should be secondary.
Yeah, I think so. But it's
Secondary to
also
my health, at least. Come on.
so for me it's always like but even when I was like always like cooking a lot, I was
Hmm.
still cooking and I had something ready in 15 minutes. You can just
Yeah,
cook
yeah.
in
It
one
doesn't need to take that much time. And also
no,
with reading the labels, you do that at first, and at the end, you know most of the stuff already. So it takes a little bit of investment at first, but it becomes a habit. So it becomes easier the longer you do it.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
So
yeah, but
it's like
every change costs a little bit of effort, and maybe people are just afraid of the effort.
watch it because especially when you go from like non-vegan to vegan, you have to check everything what's in it, and then you don't even
Yeah,
know like vegetarian. I was like when I was like vegetarian, and I like people don't even know how much they put the animal gelatin and everything. Like even like
exactly.
easy, it tastes
So
like vegetarian, but
you can make it very easy by just do what I did. Stop buying prepackaged food, so you can recognize it like a vegetable.
but then
I
also
can recognize a vegetable or a fruit or a piece of meat, and that's it. And all
for
the other
people,
stuff with the packaging, I wouldn't buy it anymore.
yeah. But for a lot of people, that's already a huge change. To change that.
Yeah. And then you go biological, and then you go, yeah, more healthy, more healthy, more healthy.
Yeah, you have like you go further and further and further, and
Yeah.
Like
You will have to find your sources, but that will take some time. But you will get better in it the longer you do it. I mean, you guys just moved to Mexico. I mean, it's not like you knew immediately where to get your healthy foods. You had to find out. Yeah, and at first it's a search, but now you're there. Now you have been there for a few months. Now you know where you have to go and where you can go.
Yeah, I know go to the grocery store and they have also like they even bring it from organic farmers to our house.
Awesome. Yeah.
Organic
So
farmers.
yeah,
So it's really, really cool.
it's also good for your social circle. You learn, you get to know new people because of finding out these new food sources and stuff like that. It's not
But I
all
also
bad.
like my own fruit. So today probably we go to the fruit shop and
Mm.
that is also nice. But you see immediately, like you see when there's stickers on it, it's probably normal produce, and when they don't have stickers, it's more natural.
Yeah, just don't buy anything with a label. That it cannot get easier than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and there's
go to a
also
real butcher, eat grass-fed meat, go biological vegetables, biological fruit.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that a lot. And but we also talked about yeah, I eat mostly predominantly fruits and I like it and it feels good for
yeah.
me.
I remember.
Understand it's very different.
I remember when you told me that first, when you were living in Portugal back then, I think, and then you told me like eating fruit straight from the tree and how much energy it would give you, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Like so crazy.
Keara as well in the beginning, because then all the nutrients are more in it. As long
Yeah,
as if you take something after 15 minutes, the nutrients are like vitamin C or something is half less if you after 15 minutes after you eat something like the radishes from the ground
yeah.
or from the trees. It
If
changes the structure and what
the
the wisdom
energy,
the quicker you eat it, the more energy it has, and it's really amazing.
I think that you can even see that on pictures. It's like called Kirlian pictures or something. You should
Yeah.
Google that, and where they actually show you the energy coming off fresh food. Yeah, when I have some vegetables over here, and yeah, if I pick it straight from the plant and put it in my mouth, you're also more full more easily. Like I need only half the food from fresh plants than I need from salad from the stores, right? It's like it's also more fulfilling, more fibers or more minerals. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's like there's more substance to it.
It's alive and still living and has the energy, and that's what like electricity, and that's why
Yeah.
we are also electric beings. The more we eat alive foods, the more
Hmm.
we have more energy,
Yeah.
and uh, so that you just feel it. You feel it. Like when you eat good food and you're like after that you're tired, or you eat something like a salad or like fruit, so
Hmm.
you feel a lot of energy after. So it's also different. But I also want to
Yeah, that's relatable. Some food actually makes you tired even.
yeah. And that's why you need to be more aware of what you eat and how you feel after. And
Hmm.
also digestion, because the cleaner I eat, the more quicker I have trouble with like bread, for instance, or gluten or like nuts. In the past, I even had problem with nuts at one point.
Hmm.
That's why they say also some nuts it's really good to soak them because they have a shell goes off, and then
Yeah.
it's much easier to digest them because they have like a protective shell around them. And that's why
Hmm.
it's sometimes difficult to digest them. And also why sprouts are so good is also because it's living. The moment you put it in your mouth, it's still alive. The plants, the sprout
Mm.
is. So
Yeah.
that is also next to fruits and vegetables that are alive. The sprouts is to the moment you put them in your mouth, they're still alive. So that's why they
Yeah.
have really a lot of nutrition in them.
As opposed to vegetables that have been in storage for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of difference in that as well.
Hmm.
But
Makes sense.
So I used to have sprouts as well, now not in bulk.
Yeah, me
And
too.
you just have like, you put water in there and you have in a couple of days, you have fresh sprouts.
Oh, they're very easy to grow. I used to do it myself. I don't know why I stopped with that, but maybe I should start again. They're very easy to grow. You put it in a jar and then a little bit of water in it. Make sure that it gets warm, and they just keep coming. It's like crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just keeps it growing. So that's why that is also very, very healthy. But I also think like all the this we always talk about like this the problems in the world they can fix immediately if they wanted to. Have with all those the billionaires that are trying to have their own agenda. But
They
if
could
they
pay
have,
for it in one day and get rid of all the food problems.
send them the seeds for sprouts, and you put
Yeah.
water in there, and you have enough to eat for your whole village. So it's
Yeah.
like it could be all solved very quickly.
It was
like
never
that.
an issue of money. I think in the
No.
90s they already calculated if the spending budget of the US military for 1 month would fix all the food problems in the world.
You know that
That's great. That's
the
crazy, right? The expenditure of 1 month military could fix all the food problems in the whole world, and then they can go make war for 11 months again. It's even more now, so we could have fixed it already like 10 times over. That's crazy. Just because of greed, we don't do it.
But I really, I feel like it's more and more people see through the agenda or what's happening exactly. So
Yeah, whatever it is, I'm still I'm less and less calling it an agenda. It's a spiritual war. It's evil. It's anti-life. What's happening? That has nothing to do with an agenda there.
that's why we need to focus on life and
Yes,
living things that give you energy, and the
yes,
more you you feel better, you feel more
yeah.
alive, you feel lighter, you have more inspiration, you feel like
Hmm.
it's so such a difference that
It's a good
makes.
place to start, so you can be a light to yourself in this dark world.
Yeah, bring in the light. We'll bring in the light. And light is information, so we gave you a lot of information today.
Oh wow, yes.
And thank you as well for Keara. She fell away, but she was also for the first
Yeah,
1 year.
she just sent me a message that somebody was coming over. She says apologies.
Oh, that's also good. I hope she had
Yeah,
fun. So thanks
always.
everybody for being here, and thanks everybody for watching this on the YouTube group. Several people are watching, so thank you very much, and hope you got a lot of ideas and information from it. I really love always these exchanges, and especially food. I'm very excited about food.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about food.
You're always excited.
Oh,
Awesome, yes.
we're food mode. So
Yeah.
yeah, and what is also good is like if you eat mostly very healthy, and then you're sometimes think like, oh, now I make an exception. Like instead of like eating every day bad,
Oh
like
yes.
make sometimes exceptions, like to really like celebrate like
Yeah.
today, the rest
You
of
can
the
you can do once a week, once every few weeks. Eat something bad, like ice
yeah,
cream or something that you really like. Why not?
I
But
not go out.
I also do it less and less because the more healthy I eat, the more my body starts to protest after I eat one of these things. Last
I
time
have it.
I ate a pizza, my intestines were protesting for days. So yeah, you do that less and less. You get more. Yeah, I don't know.
You feel it
I
more, and
give
you
my
feel
body
the
more respect now. I think. Sorry.
you feel the consequences more, and then you're like you're
Yes.
it's not anymore. But it's
Yeah,
the same with
you get more
alcohol.
sensitive to it for sure.
Alcohol, yeah, you like it, but then you get so much like hangover. Like I have like one
Yeah.
glass, half a glass. I feel like such a headache with alcohol.
I cannot handle it anymore.
No,
And
no, no.
I never really liked it. That's maybe good for me, but I tried because a friend of mine said, "Well, now I found it. The best alcohol that you can drink is from guava. It's tequila." And
Yeah.
there is some science behind it. It's actually, if you have to drink alcohol, drink tequila, because that's the worst of the poisons, but it's still a poison. No alcohol for me, please.
No, for me.
I don't like the effect either. It's like you want to be aware, you want to clean your pineal glands, then you're dumbing yourself down with alcohol. I never understood that from people that think they're spiritual. Go for plant
No,
medicine, I would say.
here, and you become more aware of the consequences, what it does with your energy. I felt it
Yeah.
after this ayahuasca. After that, I felt immediately the change, like less energy, headache, and it's like
Lower, huh?
yeah, my energy was
Definitely lower, yeah.
So but that's what we need to be more aware of. What lowers our energy and what gives us energy, and
Yeah.
especially everything what you're ingesting, what helps you and what doesn't help you, and you become more and more aware of it. The better choices you make,
Hmm.
the better you feel, the lighter you feel. So, but
Yeah.
thank you very much for
That's a
listening.
good one to end it with.
Yeah, we can always keep on going about all sorts of things. But so you got an extra bonus. You got an extra bonus from.
No worries. I was late and we still did an hour, so you're already 1 hour and a half, I think.
Yeah, we went on a bit later. We also started at like 15 minutes later.
All right.
So,
It was
all
fun
good.
as always. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all very much. We always do like an outro. Guillaume, if you want.
Mine is always very short. Just human being, finding my way, spreading the little bit of knowledge that I have been able to find. Try find me on Facebook, Guillaume.
Thank you so much for sharing all the things that you learned and all your knowledge. I myself, I'm a motivational speaker. I do like lots of videos, talks, and podcasts on my YouTube, Rumble, and everywhere online. I'm like, I call myself Miss Hellbreaker because Hellbreaker is my real surname. I help people break free on all levels, mentally, emotionally. I give energetic healings and healing courses, yoga, meditation, breath work,
You name it.
information about health, detoxing, mental health as well. If you people have physical problems, you can also message me. And I now also more going like on financial possibilities as well. So I'm really exploring that also for me, but also for other people, and like have different options there as well. So if people need any help on any level or have questions, always you're always welcome.
Same here. Feel free to reach out.
Yeah, feel free to reach out. We have all the links underneath, and you'll find us. And my website is misshellbreaker.com. And feel free to reach out. And thank you for listening. And may it help you and inspire you on your path.